This is my third time trying to film this video. For some reason, it's suddenly nerve-wracking talking to a camera. Today I'm gonna tell you guys about the time I got arrested in SLO. And for those of you who don't know, SLO is San Luis Obispo. It's a beach, a very small beach. So if you're gonna do something illegal there, you're gonna get caught, just so you know. Anyways, I'm not a good example. Anyways, I am trying to get a mic though, so like I'll have new sounds or better sounds like sooner or later, whenever I get it. I've been saying that for months, but anyways, I'm the worst YouTuber ever. It all started when I was 13 and I was going on a church trip, and we do this every year. We go to the beach, do a camping trip, and like we just have fun. We go zip lining, we hang out, whatever. So on the last day, we went to the beach. Maybe it was the second to last day, I don't remember. But anyways, we went to the beach and this boy came on the trip. His name was Jordan. Also, I'm using fake names. For the girl at least. But his name was Jordan. I really wanted to impress him because for some reason, at 13 years old, I thought I needed a boyfriend. We can thank my daddy issues for that. It was me, Jordan, and let's name her Alexis. So me, Jordan, and Alexis get to the beach with everyone else. We were allowed to split off into our groups. I was about 13 or 14 years old. I'm gonna say 13 because I don't really know. And we go off looking at all of these shops, and I started talking about the time I stole something when I was like 11 years old. I took like a lip gloss or something, but I was like 11. It's not like this was something I was doing all the time. It's not like this was something that I had been doing. Like I did it one time at 11 years old. I took a lip gloss from Rite Aid and that was it. And I was talking to him about it, and one of them was like, "Oh really, show me how you did it." And the boy looked at me, and I can't remember whether he said it or she said it, but I remember he looked at me and I was just like, shoot. Like at that time, his glare was like being like, bet. And I was like, challenge accepted. And for some reason, I thought this will get him to fall in love with me. But like, yikes. Where was my mother? So I took a few things from one boutique and we go around all these shops, and I continue to take things except for this one bookstore because the old man worked there, was so cute, and his wife worked there with him, and it was just them two, and I felt way too bad. But I took like a hat, a bracelet, a wallet, a scarf, I took a shirt, like I took so many things. So we walk all around, I take a bunch of things from these shops, my bag is full. For some reason, no one noticed. Everyone was super nice to me. Why did I do this? And we're walking back to the beach and we run into my pastor. My pastor. With stuff that I stole in my bag. So she was like, "Oh my goodness, Adri, what did you get?" And I show her all these things and she's like, "You have such cute style. Oh my goodness, like I didn't know you brought that much money to shop." I did bring money to shop. Why didn't I use my money to shop? I had $70 in my wallet. At 13 years old, I was rolling, but for some reason, I still just took it. Like, what? I could have bought all that stuff. Why did I do it to myself? What? And so we're walking back to the beach because one of the people there was going to get baptized, which was one of our main reasons for going to that beach, was so this guy, name is Kyle, whatever. And I had a bad feeling when we get to this certain crosswalk. You know when you get that feeling in your gut and it just says like, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, don't do it. But I did it. I kept walking. I really felt like I should have turned. We were all just trying to get water before going to see him get baptized. And there was a store to my left, literally right across the street. And I was like, let's go there. And we couldn't tell if they were open or not. So my friend Alexis was like, oh, we could just keep walking with them. Like if we leave, it'll look suspicious. And I was like, okay, sure. If she thinks it'll look suspicious, gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Do not get the biscuit. Do not risk it. Turn left. I should have done it. But I kept walking, and we get to this like candy store, and next thing you know, I hear doors slam shut. And I froze because I was like, this is not good. Either someone here is robbing it or I'm caught. I was caught. I turn around and the girl from one of the boutiques comes and is like, "You're caught." And I was like, what are you talking about? Trying to play it innocent. And she was like, "I have videos and we took pictures, like screenshot the videos of you taking stuff from our store. I can't believe you'd do that to us. This is a family owned store." She was so upset and I immediately went, "Shannon, help. which is my pastor. I'm so sorry, Shannon. I'm so sorry. I've just caused her, anyways, Shannon looks at me terrified and she was like, Adri, please tell me this is not true. And I turned around and I said, I can give the stuff back. And Shannon went, oh my God. And then next thing you know, Alexis is sitting there shaking because she's like, oh my God, that means they have videos of me with her. They were screaming at me. They were screaming at Jordan because they were like, you helped her. Do not say you're innocent because he tried to say he wasn't a part of it. Why would you take me down like that? Not a ride or die. So maybe it was a good thing I got caught because I look over and this girl working in the candy shop pulls out a knife and she's like, I have a knife. And I was like, oh my God, you don't need the knife. Like, I'm like 13 years old. I just want to go home. Like, I'm so sorry. I can pay you back. Here's the stuff. So she was like, we can walk into the next store if you want. And she straight up told me that she would let me go if it wasn't illegal because I did not know that apparently, which is true, if you call the cops and then you let the person go, you can get a ticket for that because you just wasted their time. Like, I'm so sorry, like I'll get the ticket if I let you go. And she said, you can try to run if you want, I'm not gonna stop you. But then they would have a warrant out for my arrest. So I just said, forget it, I'll just deal with my consequences, whatever. We go into the next store. I gave them the stuff back. I was like, whatever, like I obviously don't deserve the stuff. I felt extremely horrible. Not only was it a family store, but during the time, all I thought about was impressing this boy. I didn't think about how much stealing can really like affect people. I didn't think like, hey, I was taking from your family and they told me the reason that they were being so harsh on me and why they were so angry and yelling at me so much was not only because I stole, but because people had been stealing from them. I was not the first person. So this family had been suffering from losses and losses of money because everything there was so expensive. So you take one thing, they're out $50. I felt horrible. The cops get there after a while. My pastor had to go and help baptize that guy Kyle, and we had other like leaders come to make sure that I was gonna be okay. And the cop shows up and I walk outside and he just asked me to put my hands behind my back and I had to talk to him for a little bit and he said, wait, actually, can I see what's in your wallet? I show him that I have money. He questions me. I may have been caught, but I ain't no snitch. I took all the blame. So I should have snitched on him. I should have done it. He was not that important. No, he was that cute. He was actually really trashy. I don't know what I was doing. But I didn't want to snitch on Alexis because I was like, she's my friend. Like, that's my girl. I don't want to snitch on her. I didn't want to snitch on him because I was like, he'll never love me. I should have snitched on him. He was not my ride or die. He took me down. He walked away. So I tell the cop that they had nothing to do with it. He knew that they did. You could see in the video that they did, but because I took all the blame, there wasn't really much proof that they did anything because I'm the one who took the stuff. And I told him I gave them back everything and he had to put me down on a ticket for petty theft. He told me he wasn't going to arrest me, but he needed to call my parents. So I gave him my, which at the time it was in, iPhone 4S, ballin' again, not really getting arrested. I got that shut off, taken away. My mom blocked everything from my phone. No one could call me. No one could text me. I couldn't get on social media. I couldn't download apps. All I could do was email and text her, my dad, and I think like my grandma or something like that. Like there was like a couple people. So if I wanted to text a friend, I had to ask, hey, can I talk to like Alexis yet? Can you unblock her number? And my mom would be like, nope. So the cop calls my dad and my dad is at work and he says, arrest her, do whatever you want. If you're not gonna arrest her, scare her. So he was like, well, I was gonna take you down to the station, but since I already told you I wouldn't, I'm not going to. Mind you, the only reason he didn't take me down to the station was because he asked me, what would happen if I arrested you right now? I want you to think about that. And I said, my pastor would have to take everyone back to the campsite. My pastor would have to come bail me out. My mom would have to pay back my pastor, and then I'd have court. So instead, all he did was write me a ticket so that I would have court. I didn't even have a fine. I was like, okay, how are you? Okay, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't think I had a fine. I don't remember. I waited and waited and waited, and mind you, this happened in like June and it was August and they still were postponing my court date. It was supposed to be like less than a month after the situation happened and they postponed it like 4 times. And eventually I get this letter and I asked my mom, when am I gonna be ungrounded? Like, I've learned my lesson. I understand what I did wrong. You've given me part of my phone back. I don't understand why I'm still grounded. And she said, I am gonna keep you grounded until I know what happens at court. I don't wanna unground you and then you get arrested. And Then one day I get this letter and my mom calls me into the room and says, it's from them again, which would be like their court system or whatever, telling me when my date was. And we open it up and she said, here you go. And I started crying. I was so relieved. They completely just dropped my case because they had postponed it so many times. It was petty theft, and it was listed in there that I was cooperative and that I gave them all their stuff back. So basically the story was over, but at the end of the day, Alexis's mom knew that she was part of it and she did get in trouble. Alexis did give back the stuff, like we gave back everything, so I don't have any of that stuff anymore. I definitely didn't deserve it. I gave it back. I definitely knew that would help my case, honestly. And I guess the lesson is don't steal in a small town. I'm just kidding. Just don't steal, my guy. Like, just don't be broke. Just like earn some money and buy it. Like, I promise you, it's just worth it to buy it. And yeah, I guess that's all I have for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. I only have 26 subscribers. I really need more. Please subscribe. But yeah, that's really all I have for you guys. And I think I'm going to film either another story time next month, or in a week or so, I'll film an updated skin routine because I'm about to change it up because what it is right now is too expensive and I want to be able to get that to you guys before I change it. So yeah, that's really all I have for you guys, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Don't get arrested in the meantime.